thanks for tuning in to Shannon and Veronica Know Everything. Today we'll be going over personality disorders. Personality disorders is an enduring pattern of inner experience and behavior that deviates markedly from the expectations and norms of culture, is pervasive and inflexible, has an onset in adolescence or early adulthood, and is stable over time and leads to, most importantly, distress and impairment. So basically you have a weird personality that kind of fucks up your life. Can fuck up your life. So when we do talk about personality disorders, we have them conveniently clustered into A, B, and C. I remember A as PIS, PSS. B I remember as Behan, because I have a friend from undergrad. His last name is Behan, so B-H-A-N. And then I remember C as DOA, Department of Agriculture. You can also remember them as like weird, wacky, wild. I don't really like that way because I get the W's mixed up. So however works for you. So to start off with A, we have schizoid, schizotypal, and paranoid. This is very different than schizophrenia. Do not get them mixed up. Schizoid is going to be a hermit. So they're very reclusive and they don't want friends. Schizotypal is going to be, remember the T in typal is thinking magically. So this is going to be just your kind of alternative friend. I have one friend, he's like done a bunch of acid, and so he kind of just like is like really out there, and like thinks differently, is like into different things. So just think kind of a very interesting, unique person who thinks magically is schizotypal. Paranoid, this is going to be the person who thinks, I don't know.
People are out to get them.
People are out to get them. So this is, you might kind of think this is a delusion, like similar to delusional, but the thing with paranoid is that they know what's real and they still have that connection to reality, and they're more just like a little worried. Moving on to group B, borderline. Borderline patients are very interesting when you come across them. They can be unstable, have extreme emotion. So one thing with borderline is maybe as a CNA I would go into the room with a patient with borderline and they'd be my best friend 1 minute, and then a second later, like the actual drop of a hat, they want you out of the room, they hate you. So just very emotionally labile, very switching, you never know if you're gonna kind of be on their side or not, is borderline. And borderline has a different treatment than the rest. It's dialectical behavioral therapy, which I'm not quite sure what that is. Histrionic is an attention whore. I'm sure none of this video is politically correct, but whatever. So they just love attention. Some people think Trump is histrionic. It's like the kind of thing people use. And then narcissistic, these are kind of similar, but it's not as much about attention. It's more about just like being entitled, thinking I deserve everything, like loving yourself is narcissistic. But you don't necessarily need that attention component of histrionic, I believe is the difference. Antisocial personality disorder. This one is probably the one that has people incarcerated the most, I would say. Some people call this sociopath. It's a manifestation of conduct disorder after you turn 18. We call it antisocial personality disorder. So really, people have not as much focus on the laws of society, kind of a lot of law breaking with antisocial. And then moving on to cluster C, we have DOA, Department of Agriculture, however you want to remember it, dependent, OCPD, and avoidant. So dependent is like stage 5 clinger, hates to be alone, just very dependent personality, and it interferes with their life. OCPD, this is like OCD, except for OCPD is egosyntonic. So for example, say I had OCPD, I'm very obsessive, compulsive, very clean, but I like it and it fits with my lifestyle. So whereas OCD, the thoughts and compulsions, you don't like them, they're egosyntonic, so you don't want them to be coming. So OCPD, egosyntonic, however, to the point where it interferes with your life and causes significant distress or impairment. And then lastly, avoidant. So avoidant is someone who kind of avoids confrontation. You might want to compare this to schizoid, but the main thing is that people with avoidant personality desperately want to make friends. So picture an avoidant person as like, say I'm very socially scared of relations, everything, but I like desperately want them. Whereas schizoid, you're afraid and you don't want them. You just kind of have your own life very hermit-like, whereas this one's not hermit-like because they want friends. So to review, these are 3 clusters of personality disorders. Just remember it's not a personality disorder if it doesn't significantly interfere with your life and your social interactions. Thank you.